Hello and welcome to Aconveyancing, where we are on a mission to change the house buying and selling process. This video today is very short. It's literally to show you how to dial into the portal and what you can do with the portal, but also and primarily how to order the legal insight report. So first things, you need to go to the aconveyancing.com website. Up the top right hand corner, you have Partner Portal. In the Partner Portal, that takes you through to the dedicated area where you can log into your account. Number of ways you can log in via the Microsoft authorization tool. So if you're a Microsoft 360 user, then effectively you can get in that way. Or you can click on email code. So there's no username password. It's literally your work email, and it will email you a one-time code. Once you've typed in the code, that will then log you into the main system. From the navigation dashboard, you can see down the left-hand side, you can see dashboard, obviously leads, quotes, reports, cases, what we're targeting for completion, whether you agree or not, and order legal insight report. So if it's just ordering a legal insight report at this time, then you can literally click on there. It will then obviously recognize you as you, so your email address, whether the property is freehold, leasehold, whether it's a light version or whether it's the full insight report is up to you. So let's click on light, and then ultimately it will ask you for the postcode, wherever that may be, submit. And that's as hard as it gets. So effectively, with regard to ordering the report, then that's job done. To retrieve the report, you then need to go through to your lead quotes and reports. Once you're on that page, you can see your quotes reports here, or you can see your standalone insight reports here. You can see that the one we've just done a minute ago is here. Once you've opened up the case, you are then able to download the legal insight report. So there's a number of things going on here. So effectively, with regard to the report, it is always saved and creates a case on our central systems. Once the record has been created, you can then order the report. If the report isn't on our systems yet, the system will recognize that, and then we'll go away and go and search the relevant database and fields it needs to in order to create your report for you. Creating a report can take up to a couple of minutes or so. There's a huge amount of data that it's trialing through, obviously bespoke to that individual property, but it will go into some detail with regard to planning applications, tree preservation orders, roads adopted, whether HS2 are turning up anytime soon, compulsory purchase orders, whether it's going to be in a high or low risk flood area, and a whole host of other stuff as well. Essentially, what we're looking for is about somewhere in the region of about 300 different data points. Obviously, not all data points are going to be relevant to the property. Once it's created the report, you can see here it's finished. It will give it to you and download automatically within a PDF. And here we go with regard to the property in question. So you instantly have a reference number, which is recognized by us. The report is saved, creation of the actual customer. And then ultimately you've got all the information as said before and the overall complexity report here as well, followed up by the actions. So from the data, adding intelligence to understand what the actions should be on the back of that, as far as ensuring that we don't end up with hundreds of inquiries. And best advice to the customer is once they've seen this, is to obviously instruct us to carry out the conveyancing early while the property is on the market free of charge, so that once you do sell subject to contract, all the supporting evidence and documentation can be sent with the contract, therefore removing the significant delays with regard to inquiries. Hopefully that's useful. At any one given time, you can go back and retrieve. So obviously this is saved for you. If you fancy going for the larger report, then the legal insight report is there as well. So you just click on that. That will go through the same process and will create the whole 28, 30 odd page document if you want to go into that detail. Other things that you can do with regard to the dashboard, obviously, you can get quotations. So if it's non-market quote, whether it's a live quote, live purchase, remortgage, etc. If it's a quotation, then it's a very similar process. We ask for more information. You will be able to retrieve a full PDF of the quote, and again, it's the same process. So you give us the information, you submit it, you go back to your leads, quotes, and reports. The record will be there, and then you can download the quote. And in addition to that, you can also, if you wish, combine quote and legal insight. So if it's a quote that you've created and you want to be able to provide the documentation with initially the quote merged with your DEXA report, then that's all available for you. Hopefully that's clear. If you need any help and advice, then that's what we're here for. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And there'll be other videos coming along soon, really to understand and interpret what the Insight report is telling you. But the interim, thanks for your time.